Teen Compass, empowering teens to navigate life with confidence. Hey everyone, welcome to Teen Compass. Ever wonder if there's maybe like a hidden key to feeling more resilient and, more positive, even when stuff gets tough? This time, we're diving into a really powerful idea. What if gratitude wasn't just a nice feeling, but like a genuine superpower?
Superpower, I like that.
Yeah, one that could actually change how you experience life. We're going to explore what happens when you intentionally focus on thankfulness, like every single day.
That's a fantastic question to kick things off.
Yeah.
Because we often think gratitude is just a reaction, right? Something that happens to us when something good comes along.
Right.
But what if we could flip that? What if we could actively cultivate gratitude?
Yeah.
Use it to reshape our whole perspective, maybe even how our brains actually work.
Okay. Yeah, let's really dig into that brain part. That sounds, almost too good to be true. Being thankful changes your brain.
It's tied to this amazing thing called neuroplasticity. Basically, think of your brain like a muscle. It's constantly adapting. The more you use certain pathways, the stronger they get. So if you spend a lot of time focused on worries or, negative stuff.
Which is easy to do sometimes.
Totally. Those negative pathways get really well worn. It becomes easier to slip into them. But neuroplasticity means we can build new pathways. When you make a daily habit of noticing good things, appreciating them, you're essentially training your brain.
Training it how?
Training it to spot the positive more easily. It's not just about feeling happy right then. It's about fundamentally shifting your brain's default setting, making it lean more towards gratitude.
So instead of our brains automatically zooming in on problems, practicing gratitude helps them zoom in on the good stuff instead. Is that it?
Exactly. Think of those negative thought patterns like, deep grooves in a path. Gratitude starts filling those grooves in, bit by bit, with positive thoughts, observations. It makes the thankfulness path smoother, more natural to walk down over time. And, studies have actually shown this. Consistent gratitude practice can boost activity in the prefrontal cortex.
Which is
That's the part of your brain linked to positive emotions, better decision-making, that sort of thing.
Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. Now, thinking about, a lot of teens deal with stress, right? Anxiety, feeling down. I mean, I do sometimes.
Yeah, it's common.
So how can this gratitude superpower help when those feelings are really strong?
Well, what's really key here is how gratitude can interrupt those cycles of negative thinking.
Interrupt them.
Yeah. When you're feeling totally overwhelmed by stress or anxiety, your mind can get stuck, like in a loop, just replaying worries. By consciously shifting your focus, even for just a few moments, to something you're grateful for, you create a break, a pause in that cycle.
So you're not pretending the bad feelings aren't there.
No, not at all. It's not about denial. It's more about creating some space around them. Getting a little perspective.
Okay. So it's like hitting a pause button on the negativity and letting something else filter in.
Precisely. Or think of it like turning down the volume on all that internal chaos just enough so you can hear a quieter, more positive voice. And, there's real wisdom in the scriptures on this too. Psalm 107 verse 1 says, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever." So even when things feel really rough right now, remembering that there's a constant source of goodness, of love, that can be incredibly grounding. It gives you hope.
That makes a lot of sense. Finding something stable to hold on to, even when everything else feels shaky. Okay. What about relationships, friends, family? How does being thankful fit in there?
Oh, this is a big one. Gratitude actively strengthens those connections. It really does. When you genuinely express appreciation for people, it makes them feel valued, seen.
Yeah, that feels good.
Right. Think about how good you feel when someone truly thanks you for something.
Yeah.
It just builds that connection, strengthens the bond. It helps us stop just sort of expecting people to be there or do things.
Yeah. It's so easy to just assume friends will always be around or family will help out. We don't always say thank you, do we?
Exactly. And gratitude helps fight that taking people for granted. It turns ordinary moments, everyday interactions, into chances for deeper connection. And here's something else interesting. When you're focused on gratitude, you tend to compare yourself less. You feel less envious.
Really?
Because you're more focused on what you do have, what you appreciate. So instead of feeling jealous of someone else's success, you can actually genuinely celebrate with them. And that's huge for friendships.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Jealousy can be so damaging. Okay, but what about when life just feels unfair? Which, let's be honest, it does sometimes, especially as a teen dealing with pressures and stuff.
Absolutely. And this is where gratitude offers a really important perspective shift. It's crucial to understand it doesn't minimize real difficulties. It's not about pretending everything's perfect when it's clearly not.
Okay.
Instead, it helps you kind of zoom out, see your current struggles as part of a much bigger picture, not the whole story.
So it gives you like a wider lens to see things through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, it says, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus."
In all circumstances.
Yes, that's the key distinction. It's not saying be thankful for the bad thing itself, the illness, the failed test, the argument. Rather, it's about cultivating this underlying attitude of thankfulness in the middle of whatever's happening, trusting that God is still present, still working, even when it's hard.
Okay. That's a really helpful way to think about it. Not being happy about the hard stuff, but finding something within it to be thankful for.
Precisely. It's about looking for those glimmers of hope, maybe recognizing strength you didn't know you had, or a lesson you're learning, even amidst the challenge.
Okay, wow. So gratitude can change our brains, help our mental health, strengthen relationships, give us perspective. What about how we see ourselves, our confidence?
Yeah, this is interesting too, because gratitude sort of quietly builds this really solid sense of self-assurance. When you regularly focus on what you're thankful for, you're also noticing your own strengths, right? Your growth, the people supporting you. And that naturally pulls your focus away from, perceived flaws or where you feel you're falling short.
So less focus on what we don't have, maybe, and more on what we do.
Exactly right. Instead of that constant comparison game, maybe scrolling social media and feeling less than.
Yeah.
Gratitude helps you appreciate who you are right now, recognizing your value, the unique gifts God gave you. When you're thankful for your progress, even if it feels slow, it builds this quiet confidence, one that's rooted in trusting God's plan for you, not just external validation.
I really like that idea of quiet confidence. It feels more real, more sustainable than needing constant approval. Okay, last big area, finding joy in the little things. Seems so simple, but so important.
It absolutely is. Think about it. How often do we just rush through our days focused on the big test, the big game, the big problem?
Totally.
And we completely miss these small moments that could actually bring us real joy. The smell after rain, a laugh with a friend, just getting through a tough class.
It's like we're so focused on the destination, we forget to enjoy the journey itself.
Exactly. Gratitude acts like a spotlight.
Yeah.
It highlights these everyday treasures we usually overlook. It's almost like going from seeing the world in black and white to seeing it in full, vibrant color.
Wow.
The world itself hasn't necessarily changed, but your ability to see and appreciate the goodness in the ordinary is totally transformed.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly helpful. So practically speaking, how can we actually start doing this, building this gratitude habit?
Yeah, great question. There are some really simple, doable things. One super effective method is keeping a gratitude journal.
Okay.
Just before bed, maybe jot down 3 things from your day you were thankful for.
Yeah.
Big or small, doesn't matter. It just trains your brain to look.
3 things. I could do that.
Totally. Another easy one, send a quick thank you text or message to someone you appreciate, a friend, family member, teacher.
That's such a small thing, but yeah, it probably makes a big difference to them too.
Absolutely. And it reinforces your own feelings of gratitude. Also, try this. When you're in a stressful moment, feeling overwhelmed, just pause. Intentionally try to find one thing, just one thing right then you can be grateful for. It could be tiny. It really helps shift your perspective, even mid-stress. And finally, maybe start your day with just a short, simple prayer of thanks. It can set such a positive tone.
Those all seem like things you could actually start doing, right now. Okay, so bringing it all together. Choosing gratitude, it's not about pretending bad things aren't happening, right?
That's exactly right. It's not about ignoring problems or putting on a fake happy face. It's about making a conscious choice. A choice to focus on the good that still exists, even when things feel dark. It's about finding meaning, finding hope, even in the challenges. Gratitude might not magically fix everything, but it absolutely will change how you experience life, how you navigate the ups and downs.
What would happen if you focused on gratitude every day?
You might just unlock your superpower.
Thanks so much for exploring this with us today. If you found this deep dive helpful and want more ideas like this, please hit like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Teen Compass. We'd love to have you join us for future discussions.